So Myron is next, and Myron, the question is just a second. Myron, Myron, the question is um, number 11. What is your special moment with your family, Myron?
Yeah, the special moment is 2023. I got my son. I got my first kid. I thought I got the. It's a blessing to me. I got a baby boy. It's a special moment to me. All of the people are happy to about this.
Okay. Myron, your answer is powerful, not because how you phrase it, but the content of your answer is powerful. So to make it powerfully effective, you need to phrase it beautifully and passionately from the heart because it's your son.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And everybody, I noticed this with three or four other people. When you answer, do not repeat the question. So when I say to you, uh, what is what is your special moment with your family? Okay, everybody, listen. This is very important. What is your special moment with your family? Do not. Everybody, try to. It's okay, but try to avoid saying the special moment with my family. You know, you're repeating the question. Okay, go direct to the point. What is the most special moment in your family? Okay, you say, when my son was born on September 13, 1999, I was emotionally, I was emotional and very, very happy. I was in tears. I dream about this moment to have a boy, and God gave me this blessing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Don't say the special moment, you know. Um, what are your hobbies? My hobbies are, no, this is low level way of speaking. What are your hobbies? I love dancing. I'm passionate. And you know, don't repeat love. Sometimes I do, right? But you can train yourself. Don't say, I love dancing. I love singing. You know, I love dancing. And then explain why you love dancing. And then your next sentence, which is also, I love dancing, or I love, you say, I'm passionate about poetry. I enjoy physical sports. I go jogging every morning and I play baseball and soccer and basketball during my free time. I find it so exciting. I'm excited to go to parties. You know, do not repeat the same word. This is IELTS and you are being graded based on the quality of your communication. Repeating the same word in one story weakens your delivery. Now, why did I say weakens? Because you're not wrong. It's just it reduces the strengths of your delivery when you repeat the same vocabulary. And even in Canada, listen, everybody try to monitor how Canadian people speak when they're talking to you. If you have the benefit of working with Canadian people who are native speakers, you will notice that Canadian people. This one I told my friend about this. I have a Polish friend, and we often interact. So I told my and because I was also teaching him English in the past, but now his English now is like really advanced, right? So he does not take classes anymore from me because he's also busy. That's the bottom line. Okay, so anyway, one time I told him, his name is Yarek. Yarek, I said, did you notice, Yarek, that Canadian people, when you say something to them, they will not repeat your vocabulary. What I mean by this is, I'll give you a very simple example. For example, Viviana, okay. For example, Viviana, Marco's wife had a baby, and you and a Canadian friend, not boyfriend, you and the Canadian friend visit Marco, like to give a present to the baby. And so, Viviana, when you walk into the walk to the close to the when you approach the crib, and you say, "Oh my God, she is adorable." Listen, Viviana, this guy, Canadian guy, will not say to you, "Yeah, she's adorable." He will not say this because he is using your vocabulary. And ego, I will not repeat your vocabulary. I have ego. But I think in Canada, it's not about ego. It is more of like you use adorable. I want to use my own word. Okay, so when Viviana will say, "Oh my God, your baby, Marco, your baby is adorable. Look at the nose, look at the lips. She looks like you. She got the hair of your wife, but everything else, the chin, the cheeks, the nose, the eyes, it's like baby Marco, like a baby little girl Marco." And then your Canadian friend, Dennis, walks and say, "Oh my God, she looks fantastic. She looks fantastic. Look at the fingers. They look like little candles." You see? He will focus on something else and he will use a different vocabulary. So, in Canadian education, I think, I'm not sure because I was not educated in Canada. Well, I was educated in Canada partly. I went to York University, right? But I did not go to elementary school or high school in Canada. So if this is my guess, I think that people in Canada, they are trained from the very beginning. That's why Canadian people's brains are designed not to repeat vocabulary. Now, especially educated people, okay, and people with ego. um, yes, and so my advice to you is do not repeat vocabulary or sentences when you're doing an IELTS test because it kind of weaken your delivery. Everybody, are you following me? And this one is not it. This is not just, well, this is my. I said this idea to my friend and to my students in the past, and I thought that it's just my observation, or it's just the way I grew up, or it's just the way I was influenced by the educators in the past. And then I realized that it is like this in general, because as I said to you, I was watching this IELTS clips on Facebook, not intentionally. I just accidentally saw it, right? And then I said, "Oh my God, look at this. This is what I'm telling my students. This guy, I don't know him, and he's telling the same thing. So which means it's a norm." Okay, everybody? Even, it's sometimes it's easy, like, "Oh my God, look at your garden, it's beautiful." And then Marco will say, "Look at those roses, they are very attractive." And then Mayuran will say, "I love those white, I love those white tulips. The golden ones are also, don't say beautiful, the golden ones are also marvelous looking." And like, you've got to push yourself to be different, but effective. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what I'm doing today, everybody, like talking this way with you, is not just about IELTS. It's about, I'm arming you with a technique in communication, not only in IELTS, but in life. And I hope you appreciate what I'm doing. Okay? So I'm gonna proceed to Mods. How do you say your name? Is it Modstaba? Modstaba. Moitaba? Modstaba? Modstaba, please open your camera. Modstaba, can you hear me? No? Okay. Alexander, you're next.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, number 12, Alexander. Alexander, should we rely heavily on our families, or is it better to try to be independent?
In my opinion, I think it's better to try to be independent in most of the situations, because parents and your relative, they are not live forever, and at some point of time you have to go alone in your life. But it's a big pleasure to have parents alive and uh, have a support from them. So at any time you are able to ask an advice and have some help.
Alexander, I will ask Viviana because I saw Viviana. She liked your question. She liked your answer. I saw the smile, right? Viviana, please tell me, why did you like Alexander's answer?
And actually, because it's true, sometimes most of the people relied on our parents or family, and sometimes it is quite of like not the right thing to do. But sometimes we just drawn into the love, but independence is also important.
Yes, thank you, Viviana.
Because also,
Viviana, I was looking at you while Alexander was talking, and I felt you.
yeah, I said
You were
it's
a little bit,
excellent.
Alexander. Your answer, Alexander, straight to the heart.
Okay.
That kind of answer is a winning answer
It's
in
a
ours.
balanced answer, yes.
Yes, beautiful, Alexander. I was touched by your answer. Suddenly remember my family. Yeah, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
suddenly remember my family when you said this. And if okay, I'm your teacher and I could feel this way. Can you imagine if you're doing an IELTS test and you spoke this way and you touch the examiner's heart, you get some points.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why everybody, I was not kidding when I mentioned to you that you need to put heart into your answer because you're gonna win. Yeah, you know what I mean? And Alexander, I love the way you answer the question. Very organized, very organized. And I could feel your sincerity while you're talking about your parents. And I love the way you open it and you close it, you expanded it, you explain like your sentence about when you said there will be time that we don't have them anymore. So
Yeah,
while they are
that's true.
here, we have to make sure that every moment is, I love that part. Okay. So
Yeah.
Alexander, my advice to you, and Alexander, you didn't read anything, you just spoke it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So my advice to Alexander is when you watch this video again, your video is in part two. Like
Mm-hmm.
take a look at it, pause it, and then write it again, and expand it more and more and more to make it long. Then you are
Okay.
able to practice your writing,
Okay.
not only
Thank
your
you.
speaking, right? And
Could you
then
please?
to practice your speaking, pick up your camera. I mean your cell phone, press record, and you say, well, it is very, very, you can read, you say, well, it's very, very important that while our parents are still here in this world, we have to make sure that we convey to them how much we love them, not only in speaking but also in action. Life is short, blah blah blah, and then you will see, and then watch yourself, and then watch yourself like this, and then say to yourself, Alexander, you're good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's how to bring positivity to yourself.
Yeah.
Alexander, great job. Perfect length. The only thing you need to improve is you've got to be more energy,
Mm-hmm.
and you need a little bit of polishing with your pronunciation.
More expression, like.
Yeah, yeah, more passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, did you see? When Alexander said more expression, I said more passion, right? I did not repeat what he said. For me, I didn't think about it. No, I did not think about it. It just came out of my mouth
Yeah.
because I was trained this way. Okay. Okay, everybody.
Sorry for interruption. May I ask you to share your PowerPoint because we don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
We
Mamma
don't.
mia. Okay, just a second. I thought I was sharing. Oh my goodness. This is okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you, Alexander. Nobody told me, only you. You're so alert and focused and everything, you know. Okay, no. Say, Alexander, thank you for telling me. You're so alert. You're so alert. Oh my God. And then Alexander, you say, yeah, I'm very focused. You don't want to repeat my alert, right?
Yeah, I'm very focused.
Yeah, that's how to speak in English in Canada. Okay, let's go to um, Soraya. Soraya, you're next. No?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Soraya, should we rely heavily on our families, or is it better to try to be? Oh no, no, sorry. I asked Alexander this, right? No, Alexander,
Yes.
which question did I ask you?
Yeah, it was my question. Should we
Okay,
rely
yeah, okay,
heavily
okay,
on
yeah, I
our?
got it.
And you, Andrew, would you please make an sample example? You did already, but as a complementary example for being independent.
Yeah, oh,
Comparison, say answer comparison, independent to rely, compared to each other.
okay. So being independent. Okay, for being independent, Hadi, speak about working, supporting yourself. Okay, working, supporting yourself. Don't always rely on your parents. If you have a problem, you have to find a solution to your problem, and you have to surround yourself with positive people who can contribute to making your problem easier, or to find a solution to your problem. Okay, so rely heavily on your family is, you live with your parents, you live with your parents, you 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 live there for free. But what I like about Alexander, when he said about family, is that he spoke more of contributing emotionally, mentally to the family, and holding on to the people you love. He did not talk about rent or living for free. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
your answer, Hattie, to this question does not really depend on what is correct or not correct. It depends on your delivery.
Uh-huh.
You know? Delivery means how you answer the question, how you use the language, how you express and showcase the quality of your vocabulary and grammar and sentences. Okay, Soraya. Not 13. Are there many different types of families in your country?
There are many different types of families. While traditional families with parents and children living together are common. There are also different based on culture, social, and regional. Example, in many parts of Syria, extended families, including grandmother, uncle, aunts, they living together and or closed by to support each other. There are also families with just only parents and children, and they are becoming more common, and especially in the urban area. Also, there is families are have single parents due to the various circumstances such as divorce or loss of spouse.
Yeah, okay. So, Soraya, beautiful answer, Soraya. You just need to improve your pronunciation, and also you need to close it beautifully. Okay, for example, after you spoke about divorce and like death or something, widowed, then you can say, you can end your communication, your delivery, by saying, families are very important in my country. But so we always make sure that we raise our children very well, because our children will continue the legacy of families in a society. Okay, like you can make it, you can either make it at the end, everybody, at the end of your speaking, you have two choices. You can give a general statement to sum up everything, or you can give a specific example that will support the general information that you gave. Okay. Okay, yeah. But Soraya, overall, if you wrote this, what you said, Soraya, listen to it again and write it, and then uh, practice the pronunciation, and then add the sentence that I gave you, like the importance of family in the society, because a family is a bottom line of every society. Okay. Yes. And I'm glad, Soraya, that you did not uh, mention any controversial family situations. Yes. And I don't want to explain it, right? I'm glad that you did not, because sometimes it is not very safe. Okay. So, yes, let's continue with uh, Taras. Taras, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Okay, Taras, are people in your country generally close to their families?
Well, in my country, people are very close to their families, because, to my mind, family is a important part of our lives. They can, I mean, family members can give uh, support in different life situation to you. So, and to my mind, it is not about question, not only about my country, Ukraine. Yeah, it's a question about all families all over the world. That it is very important to be close, because if you are close with your family, you are strong together. That's it.
You know, Taras, your ending, beautiful. You had a very beautiful ending. You a little bit slowed down a little bit. It's like you are groping for information, but
Hmm.
overall, you did a fantastic job. Okay, and I like the way you delivered your answer, because you explain about family in your country, but you also mentioned that this does not apply only to your country, but to people, to families all over the world. And then you had a very beautiful, effective ending, when you said that families are like this and like this and like that. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Very good, good job. And I noticed, Taras and Alexander, you're from Ukraine.
Yeah, from
Like
Ukraine.
you need more passion when you speak. I know this, like, because I noticed this with my Ukrainian students during the day. Well, I was able to train them, right? I was able to train them, and one of them was Vadim. Vadim. Now Vadim is, the way he speaks, he's admired by the Canadian people. He said, "My God, how long have you been in Canada?" He said, "7 months." Really? How come your English? Well, I have. I'm recording, so I don't want to say it. I'll say it because I have a very good teacher. His name is Andrew Taylor. Do you know him? Okay, so yeah, thank you, Taras. Fantastic job. Okay, next, let's have Benny. Benny, can you hear me? Vincent, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, Benny, this is the last question. How many people are, Benny, you came late, so maybe you don't know what we are
No, no,
doing.
no, 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 no. I've been around. I've been around. I just muted myself. I'm at work. I can hear everybody explaining all those questions you raised. I've been with you.
Okay,
I've been with you.
okay, Benny, how many people are there in your family?
Well, uh, in my immediate family, there are There are a lot of people in my family, and this includes my parents. I mean, my specific family members, my parents, my siblings, and my children. Beyond that, I also have close my extended family, which includes my aunts, my uncles, cousins, and above all, they all play a vital role and significant role in my life. I want to say I have a wonderful family night.
Okay. Okay, beautiful, Benny. A good way to add, to start your answer, Benny, is how many people are there in a family, in your family? Okay, you start by saying, is it a big family or a small family? Or like, for example, you say, I come from a huge family. Instead of saying big, use another word like, I come from a huge, I come from a large, I come from an enormous family. I come from a huge family. But be careful when you say huge, because the interpretation of huge depends on the culture of people. Because, for example, in Canada, five children is huge, but in Asia, for example, in other countries, 5 children is a small family. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so, um, be aware of this situation or reality, and you can be more effective. So, okay, how many people are there in your family? I come from a large family. I am the third. Okay, I have 5 brothers and sisters, and I am the third in my family. And my oldest brother, then you talk about your oldest brother. And then if you don't want to talk about everybody, just talk about the oldest, yourself, and the youngest. And you're going to be okay. Okay. And
Okay,
then,
okay,
you can end your answer by speaking about how much you love your mother and father, you know, for raising
okay,
you well, that you have become a good person today.
okay,
Okay. Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Everybody, I am going to, yeah, because this is a short. Everybody, is this our second recording or third?
Second,
Second.
Second.
Second. Okay. You know why I asked you? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, you know why I ask you? Okay, so let me just stop the recording, and I will explain to you why.